our weekly webinar. In this webinar, we are going to basically the format. Just to recap, format of this webinar. We're going to see what sort of global events is about to come this week in terms of news releases. Then we're going to analyze the market in a high time frame. We'll see the what sort of the market opportunity based on the price action pattern structure, and we're going to keep an eye on all those sort of elements, and we're going to align those elements with the fundamental, and then we look for opportunity, and that's what exactly we do every single day, because this is a weekly webinar, but we do every single day in my QFX platform. So let me share with my screen with you guys, and let me see. All right, so MyQFX is basically is the gateway to practical forex training and real-time market analysis. We believe that you're going, the best way to teach and train people and help people with the live market through live market analysis. At the same time, they can see how the professional is analyzing the market, and they can practice at the same time. And once they develop their trading skill, then there's an opportunity to trade with their own funds or funding accounts. And that's why we have another, amazing broker company, which is QBN Global. So basically, the whole purpose of MyQFX is basically help our QBN Global traders or investors, to give them valuable information with the real time. This is basically is the unique way of helping traders. We don't just give signals; we give them market inside out. So technically, MyQFX is a comprehensive forex training and market analysis platform designed for both novice and experienced traders. Whether you are just starting your trading journey or seasoned professional trader, MyQFX offers tools and insight you need to succeed, which is I'm going to show you at the end of this webinar. How we analyze the market today. Okay, so the format is we're just gonna look at the weekly basis, what sort of fundamental news, because as again, these news are very important for us as being a professional trader. We see how these events is going to make impact to the market. So this is the website Forex Factory. This is the easy for all the retail traders. In this website, there's a event date and time is given, and then the forecast is given here. That this is the projection and forecast, and then when the time come of this news, the data release, if this data is according to the forecast, and if the data is good and bad, based on that, we analyze the market technically, and we look for the opportunities. So this is the weekly webinar. So we're going to look at the whole week of the data. So today is a Monday, and today is, we call it the first trading day of the week and the last trading day of the month. And we normally avoid taking trades, and especially at the end of the week or end of the month. And the reason behind it, because most of the institutions, banks, they are closing their books monthly basis, and that's why unpredicted market, can unpredicted movements can perform. Like the price is going in one way, and then suddenly you will see the price shift the change. Like price is going down and suddenly moves up. Because the reason why, because the institutions and the banks where they're closing books, and that's why unexpected moves can perform, and that's why most of the professional traders, they avoid trading, or even if they're trading it, they're trying to take a minimum risk. That's the just general information for the retail trader. So Monday we don't have any high impact news. So we had this data came out for the China. We mainly relate this data with the Aussie dollar and Kiwi dollar, because most of the import and export of the Aussie dollar and Kiwi dollar depend on the Chinese exports. So this is what we look at, how the China economy is doing. If it's doing more production, it means, good sign. So this is what we normally relate things. So Tuesday we have a speech coming in, Bank of England, Bank of Japan, and Fed speech is coming 2:30 p.m. Just to let you know, during this speech, we also avoid taking a trade, because there is no as such data is given. We don't know what kind of information is going to release, and that might be like, for example, if they say some good statement, it's good sign. If they say anything weak statement that's negative, so but we don't know it, so we avoid. I already always recommend to my traders that don't jump into the trade. Let the data release after half an hour and let's see the market reaction, and then we take opportunity accordingly. So 3 p.m. tomorrow on Tuesday, we have ISM manufacturer PMI expected data exactly slightly higher, which is good sign. We have a job opening which is slightly lower than this one, so which is not good sign for the dollar. We'll see here when this data is going to release. Then we look at what's the data and what is the forecast and what is the previous one. And based on that, we look at the technical, which is I'm going to go into dollar index in a minute. Wednesday, we have only one information, one high impact news, which is a ADP non-farm employment change, and that is expected quite big jump from 37K to 105K, which is good for the dollar. Well, we'll see here when this data is going to release. And Thursday, we have a CPI month by month for the Swiss franc expected exactly the same. Then we have 1:30 p.m. average hourly earning month by month for the dollar, expected slightly lower, which is no good sign. We have a non-farm employment change is coming, which is slightly lower than the previous one. No good sign for the dollar, but this is just forecast. When the data at 1:30 p.m., this is basically because we mainly trade in London time. So then 1:30 p.m. is a London time when this data is going to release, when we look at how this going to make impact to the dollar, and then we look at trade accordingly. Unemployment rate has been increased, which is not good sign for the dollar. Dollar is already, bearish. We have seen it. We're going to look at chart in a minute. And 3 p.m. we have our ISM services PMI, which is slightly, good data. So we can see here on Thursday we're mainly going to be focused on dollar, and even in Tuesday we have, mainly it's going to be dollar, and then in the morning we have speech for the cable, which is we're going to see here on Saturday, because we don't trade in Saturday, but we still have this data is coming. So that's for the whole week. We have seen this is the data, so then we make a plan accordingly. So Monday we were expecting a quiet, but it is end up to the end of the month, so we have seen some volatility, which is I'm going to show you in a minute. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we have some expecting some big move. So let's look at the dollar index. We don't normally trade dollar index, but we look at dollar index as a gauge, look at the overall situation of the dollar, and then we look for opportunity accordingly. So let's look at the weekly, and then we can go back to daily and the 4 hour. We mainly analyze the market 4 hour every single day in MyQFX platform. And if you look at here, what we have seen it is, if you look at the candlestick pattern, what kind of pattern is, we have this one is inside candle pattern, which is the indecision. Even we have bullish inside candle pattern. This is indecision situation. And the way we trade inside candle pattern, every time when the price break either high and low, and look for the opportunity accordingly. So here in this situation, you can see here, this weekly candle is closed below this level, even though we have a major support area. So that give us the very strong bearishness on dollar, and that's give us the significant indication for the rest of the major pair against the dollar might be a bullish. So then we go back to the daily candlestick pattern, and we look at here, that's the price respected the major support level. We have this rejection here, we have this rejection here, but this is the daily candle, is very strong bearish, but keep in mind this candle is not closed yet. The day hasn't finished yet, but if I see the candle close below this level, that give us the high probability of continuation of weaknesses of the dollar. This is what we're expecting it. And then we look at the, okay, so what sort of data is been going to release tomorrow? We have this data, expected good and expected low. So we can see a mixed data. Then we look at, even if this data is came out good and this is bad, then we will look at how the market makers are going to take that information. And if it's because overall we have seen weaknesses, and is a huge weaknesses. If you can look at the here, we have this bearish engulfing candle and continuously weaknesses on the dollar, and thus we have seen that continuously strength all the major against the dollar. So then we look at the 4 hour chart. This is what we look at this morning, and we look at the prices develop sideways market consolidation. But the way we look at the price behavior and structure, we every time when the price develop any impulsive reaction, After impulsive, if the price develop any sort of like slow movement, that we call the terminology, we call the correction, means like we're expecting one more push unless if there's a fundamental. For example, here we have this impulsive move, and after that the price develops sort of like a correction here. It does not develop any impulsive reaction. We look at this, what kind of structure or pattern is developed. This is the bearish basically flag pattern, and that's what we look at here. This is the impulsive, this is the correction, and we're expecting here one more push which happened here. And after that, at the support level, we can see here the price develop correction. So based on the price action, previous price behavior, we're expecting weaknesses, one more push to the downside. And now we were looking here this consolidation, and now if you look at the candlestick pattern, and if you look ahead, this is a very strong candle pattern, which is called a bearish engulfing candle, because this is very strong bearish that give us the weaknesses of the dollar. So it looks like the price has broken this one. So what we're expecting here, if the price develop another pullback and sign of continuation to the downside, this is what we're expecting here in the dollar. Tomorrow we have this news is coming here. We have this week, the news is coming sort of like projection that some of the news are mixed, but we're going to see it if the news is bad, then I'm expecting a continuation to the downside. Let's assume if the news is very good and good sign for the dollar, then I'm expecting a pricing, then I'm expecting impulsive reaction first, and then afterwards, if the price after impulsive, if the price develop correction, that's going to give me the high probability that the dollar strength, and then look for the opportunity for long. Otherwise, we have seen the weaknesses on the dollar and continuation. We are expecting a continuation based on the price action as you have seen on weekly and daily and 4 hour. Right. So we take as a gadget. So we look at the Euro USD, and this is what we look at. And let's look at the weekly chart. And the weekly chart, what we can see here, the price develop, which is more or less we call Euro USD is completely opposite of the Dixie, which is the dollar index. If you look at here, we have a very strong bullish candle, and this is the spinning candle, and the previous candle is a very bullish candle, which is basically the price is broken the previous high. That's the good sign of strength of the Euro USD. And this week beginning, we can see some strength here, but if you look at the daily candlestick pattern, we can see here the price nicely broken and continuation. We have 8 bullish candle. We can see very strong bullish. As we see the dollar index weaknesses, so then we look at the euro is getting stronger as the dollar is getting weaker, and then we look at the opportunity in intraday, which is we normally look at in my QFX platform, which is I'm going to show you in a minute now. All right, so this is what we look at. We can see here, even though we have seen some rejection, but still this current daily candle is giving us the strength of the euro. But if you look at the 4 hour chart, as mentioned today, this morning, we are looking structure breakout, price develop. And if you look at it, more or less the same thing, it is opposite to the dollar index. We have this very powerful impulsive reaction, price develop a correction. Then we have impulsive, and then we can see here the price develop correction. So we're expecting a one more push to the upside. So looks like the price is broken this one. So previous high. So what we expecting here, looking for another pullback. This is what we're expecting here. Let's see here if the price gonna continue, and then we're gonna keep taking a pullbacks. This is what we're expecting here. So the data is coming for the dollar tomorrow. Let's see here if this data is bad, then I'm expecting continuation. Otherwise, for reversal, uh, I need one impulsive reaction, and after impulsive, if the price develop correction, then we're looking at short trade here. Another important thing when we look at the trend changing, or when we look at the counter trade we call it when the try looks, if the price is going, give you an example here, let's see him, so you will understand what I'm talking here. So every time when the price develop a direction here, so if I'm expecting the price is going to change the direction, what is our key criteria which we define as the possibility and probability of the price direction change? So for example, if the price is coming here and then impulsive reaction, but if you look at here, if you look at here, the price develop impulsive reaction, and then sort of like a correction, then impulsive reaction, and then after that, we haven't seen any correction. Instead, we have seen impulsive reaction. So when we see the impulsive reaction, then we look at here what sort of price action is going to develop price. And after this impulsive reaction, we haven't seen any impulsive reaction downside. price develop a correction. That's the one element we look at here. You can see here. And then second element, as soon as the price break above the recent high, and that's give us the high probability of price changing the direction, and then most likely price might gonna continue to the upside. Then we also look at the same price action. We have impulsive reaction, we have seen the correction, and then impulsive reaction. And as long as the price stay above the previous high, that's the sign of continuation of this direction. So if I don't see this kind of information here, we're not looking for short here, and this is kind of pattern we are looking into it. If I see prices continuously going up, and if I see the news happen, and after the news, impulsive reaction, and after impulsive, if the price reacts like that, that give us, then we look at here, is there any support and resistance? That give us if the price cannot develop this kind of rehab behavior, which is I mentioned you just now. So then that give me the sign of continuation. Maybe the price is going to be changing the direction. Unless if you don't see this kind of price action, we're not accepting it. Another thing which is we normally call to the retail trader, as long as the price stay above, this is the line of indicator which is called a 20 EMA. As long as the price stay above this level, don't look for the short trade here. Because the retail trader, this is the mindset of the retail trader. When you see a big moves, and they always be expecting there's a possibility of price going to reverse, and they're looking for short trade here. Professional don't do look at this one. Professional look at where the price is direction. We have to look at this direction. We are looking trade in this direction, unless if the price is going to give us the confirmation. Trading is all about patience and discipline. You have to wait for that. You need to analyze the market and look for the opportunity accordingly. MyQFX platform, because is an intraday platform, so we look at both uh, trades. Means like we also look at for long, we also look at the for short, because we look at the intraday. Intraday means we are in a shorter time frame. We have our own charting software which help us to take this long trade here. We also help us to take even small short trade here. So now I'm going to show you how we analyze the market today and help our traders. Even today at the New York session, we did analysis at the MyQFX platform to take a long trade here, and the trader really enjoyed it. So let me share with you guys how we did it. So if you look at the Euro USD, this is the chart we do it. And as mentioned here, we always look at the 4-hour chart here. And when we open a chart in 4-hour, we look at what sort of direction prices develop. And based on that, we look at the opportunity accordingly here. That's the one element. For example, if the price is going up direction, and we can see here very strong weaknesses on the dollar and strength on the euro, then where shall I take my opportunity? So we look at the here, we look at the basic price action, which is always mentioned to my trader, always keep things basics. So if you look at here, price nicely broken the previous high, and after that price nicely developed another pullback. This is a pullback, means the continuation. We also have this indicator which give us the very strong bullish momentum is developed, and we already know the weaknesses of the dollar. So every time when the price is reverse and resume, we look at this opportunity here, this kind. And top of that, we also did another analysis. Let me share to you this morning. As you can see here, we did this analysis, which is again the part of the live analysis, the Asian session we did. The market came back here. So technically the market should stay below this level, which price refused. So as I said to you, look for this breakout. So what happened here? The price nicely broken here after the breakout. If you look at the momentum is bullish. Price nicely developed one pullback, another pullback. Even after that, we did another analysis, which is a pretty straightforward. We were looking this breakout opportunity, and price nicely. Let me share with you. You can see here the price nicely broken above this level, previous high, and after that we have another pullback, another pullback, another pullback. This is what we're giving that information. So again, we look at in a high time frame in 4-hour, and we look at the opportunity here where the price is. Now, if you look at here, right now, this candle is bullish engulfing candle, price nicely broken. So my first priority always be looking for the pullback. This is what this is the first priority I'll be looking, because I want to see the trade this direction from all aspects, even fundamental point of view, technical high time frame view, and then we have amazing analysis which help us our traders not to miss any opportunity and squeeze amazing profit. So this is what we and here you can also practice our analysis. You can buy, sell here, short. If you're thinking the price is going up and you want to test those analysis, you can also test here. You can go long, means price is going up, you use the price is short. So more you do your more you do, you open your position and you analyze it, your decision making. If it's good, then basically the second phase start, which is basically opening an account in QBN Global. So this is what we're expecting here. So what would, okay, now let's look at the upcoming days, what we are expecting here based on the analysis. We have this news is coming. So based on the euro and USD, if all this news is going to be negative or something, and plus basically we don't know anything Trump can say or something can happen. And if that's the case, if you see the weaknesses of the dollar, then I'm expecting continuation to the upside. Now, as a trader, what we look at the weekly candlestick pattern and we analyze, okay, how far the price can go, and we can define our target and we can see. So we look at the bigger picture. We always look at like that. So this is the target we defined, the price nicely hit, and the price is going to continue to the upside. And now we are looking here. So what we look at, the way we look at in a different ways of looking at, we every day we look at this kind of, so we have, this is the high and this is the low, right? So we need to look at here. We normally use a fib levels. This is the high and low, and we look at here this kind of, you know, so this is the area of interest, which is, I can see here, let me explain to you here. This is the area which is a 0.786. This is what we're expecting. So we can see some sort of, we're expecting some rejection here. So now we have marked this area. So now we're going to look at the, I'm going to remove this one. And then we go to the daily and 4-hour chart and see here where the price is heading here. Okay, so price is exactly at the same place now. Now, so we have, this is the point of interest for us. If we see the price did not, if the price does not respect this level, and if the price in upcoming days, if I see the price break and give us the confirmation, then I'm expecting continuation. But let's see here if the price is going to respect this level, give us the confirmation and develop a false breakout, then we're looking for a short trade here. And of course, we're going to keep an eye on all these fundamental news. If that news is going to good for the dollar, then might be a possibility of reversal at this level, but that's what we're looking into. Being an intraday, we every day we analyze the market and we'll see. Okay, so let's look at the pound dollar. Pound dollar, if you look at the, let's look at the, first of all, let's look at the weekly candle. And in weekly candle, if you look at here, we can see a very strong bullish engulfing candle that give us the high probability and good strength on dollar against, so on pound against the dollar. So if you look at the previous price action, price rejected many times, but this time last week we had nice broken. And if you look at here, we also had, if you look at the daily candlestick pattern, we can see here the price is previously respected this area, but we can see here the price impulsively broken. And what we're expecting it being as a trader, we will be looking here price broken and give us the confirmation for long, that give us a high probability of long. But if you look at the previous candle, we can see here inside candle pattern, bearish inside candle pattern that give us the sign of indecision situation. So we're going to look at, we're going to look at the 4-hour chart here. And 4-hour chart, as you can see here, we look at, you know, the price action. So this morning when the market opened, and if you look at the previous price action, which is a pretty straightforward, as always mentioned, we have this impulsive, we have this correction, we have this impulsive, we have this correction. And that might be extended correction. We don't know. Price develop a downside channel pattern. We don't know how long the price is going to stay within this channel, right? But being an intraday, we also squeeze long and short, and I'll explain to you how. Okay, so if you look at right now, what we have at the market open, price nicely respected. We had this long trade here, and afterwards we were expecting the price come back and give us the pullback continuation, but price refused to develop false breakout. If you look at this candle, very strong bearish candle. So we had a short trade here and squeeze amazing. And once the price respected here, we also had a long trade here. Now, being an intraday, how we analyze these trades in our platform, and let me share with you guys today's how we analyze it. So if you look at the pound dollar, and if you look at the today's analysis, which is a pretty straightforward. As you can see here at the market open, we had this beautiful, we were expecting the price should follow because, again, give you an example here. You can see the price came back here, and this is the low price broken. And after that, price retest one time, second time, right? So here, price broken. So we were expecting the price should follow as the price behavior and price action. The price refused. But that gave us the high probability there might be a possibility the price might gonna continue to the upside. But we need a confirmation. So that's why we updated this analysis. That's why we explain our trader, while the price is here, don't initiate any trade. Let the price break. If the price is going to break this area, that's the sign of continuation to the upside. Or if the price is going to break this one, that's the sign of continuation to the downside. So what happened here? If you look at the analysis, the price nicely broken, and we announced this breakout through live audio commentary. Price nicely broken. After the breakout, price give us the confirmation retest and the retest twice. Look at the bottom, momentum was bullish and the price continue. As soon as the price certain level hit, we suggest our traders to bank some profit. At that time, if you look at the 4-hour chart, the price was, I'm gonna give you coordination. The price was around this level. I'm talking about this level, at this level. When the price reversed, we were expecting continue, but the price coming up. So that's why we did this analysis. This is the analysis we did. And afterwards, as soon as the price was coming down, so we explained, we're just gonna follow the basic price action, which is we already always tell our trader. So as you can see here, the price broke on this high and retest one time, second time. And that's what we explain our trader. We're gonna follow the basic price action. The first priority, we're expecting the price should give us the pullback here and the sign of continuation. But if the price does not develop a pullback, reason why? Because we were looking a 4-hour chart here at this level, around this level. You can see here. So we were expecting if the price does not develop pullback, then possibility of to the downside. And if you're going to be looking at the downside, what we need this kind of, let the price break this level and give us the confirmation. But if you look at here, the price nicely broken. First of all, we haven't seen any green candle here at this level. Number one. Number two, the price come back here without the changing the color stick of the candlestick. Price nicely retest, give us the confirmation. That's the number two. Number three, we announced through live ID commentary, our trader guys, price is not going up, more likely is going to go down. So what happened? Price came down. Once the price came down, at this level, we explain our traders time to bank some profit. So once the bank some profit, then what is the next? Follow the basic price action, basic price behavior. What is the basic price behavior? Look for, let the price come back here and retest and continuation. So we're not only just telling this, we just did another analysis, as you can see here. So we did an analysis that the price this low, more likely because the price, we were expecting a pullback, prices refuse. So now let's see here if the price is going to reject this level, then I'm expecting continuation to the downside. So what happened here? You can see here the price nicely respected. We have this sign of continuation, pullback, and we have another, and this is the fifth channel. As soon as the price hit, we explain our trader, guys, it's time to bank some profit. Reason why? Because we were looking in a 4-hour chart around this level. As you can see, around this level, price nicely hit. We said to our trader, it's time to bank some profit. So once the trader banks some profit and said, let's wait for the price to develop another pattern. Again, so if you look at here, what were we expecting here? We were expecting the same every time when the price behave differently, we look at the price action. What I mean that if you look at this is the low, it's been broken. After the low, price gamma retest. After this low, we should be expecting the price should respect, but price refuse. But again, okay, so if it refuse, what is the next step? Let the price break, because we look at here, we did this analysis. If the price gonna break, then look for long here. Reason behind it, because we look at the 4-hour chart around this level at, you can see here, there might be a possibility of price might gonna shoot up. So here we look at here, if the price is gonna break, give us the confirmation, then we're looking another long trade here. So you can see here the price nicely broken after the breakout, price give us the confirmation, and price nicely retesting this 200 EMA. We explain our trader it's time to consider tightening your stop loss or move your stop loss at the break even. So you can see guys how we analyze it right now. We can see here, if you look at the candlestick pattern point of view, right now, what we can see here, very strong bullish candle here. We have seen weaknesses on the dollar. And if you look at me, normally I look at this body is a more higher than, more thicker than the previous body. That gave us the bearish rejection. But we don't know if the price going to continue. We're just going to keep taking a pullback long here. Overall, bigger picture, what we're looking here, we can see here we have impulsive. This is a correction sometime price develop small correction, sometimes price develop a big correction, which is we normally call in trading industry, extended correction. So this one you can see is a very small correction, and this is the slightly bigger correction. Then we align with the calendar. Let's see here tomorrow. We have this speech is coming. Let's see what his Bank of England, what he's going to say about the cable. If he project or give us some good information about the pound, then I'm expecting a continuation to the upside, and we'll see. And if not, at that time, if the price is around this level and the statement is something negative, then I'm expecting it down. This is what we are planning into it now, and what we'll see tomorrow. And then afterwards, we have the data is going to release for the dollar. We have speech coming, we have this thing, and we'll see if the dollar is projected something negative, then I'm expecting continuation to the upside. Otherwise, there might be a possibility price might gonna stay within this downside channel. Right? So these are the high possibilities where we are looking into it. But tomorrow when the data is going to release, then we're going to align those information with the price action, and then we look for the opportunity. But as you have seen today, how we analyze the market based on the high time frame and help our traders to squeeze amazing profits. And this is what exactly we do every single day on MyQFX platform. I hope that makes sense. So I need to look at the time because I'm trying to give you valuable information, not just about the analysis. I'm giving you information about the price action, price behavior, how we analyze the market in FX, MyKFX. So if you're a member, so you will understand how to take the opportunity next time. All right, let's look at the another pair, which is let's look at the dollar CAD here. Dollar CAD, if you look at here, we have we've been short on dollar. Let's look at the first of all, look at the bigger picture, weekly basis. Let's see here what sort of candle. And if you look at the previous candle, we have this bullish, very engulfing candle. Price came back here. We have seen some rejection here. And the previous candle, we have very big bearish spinning candle. And then we have some continuation negative. You can see in a nutshell, we can see the weaknesses of the dollar. But if you look at the daily candlestick pattern, we have that give me another sign of rejection. Price came back and rejected here. First of all, if you look at here, price nicely rejected. We have the short trade here, and price also rejected. We have a short trade here. As I said to you, as I said to my trader today, we are looking, if you drill down to the 4-hour chart, as I said to my trader, this is the area of interest we are looking here. We have this rejection. Again, we just follow the simple price action, which is every time when the price break any recent high and low, we look at the opportunity here. If you look at the price action, with this kind of price action, which we already have an early sign of continuation to the downside. Sorry, guys, let me take my Okay, so if you this kind of price action give us the early sign of downside. Why? Because if you look at here, we have this one and this one is called a head and shoulder pattern. And as you can see here, the price broken, and after that we can see a rejection. That's the sign of continuation to the downside. Even the market open, we've been short trade here, and we help our traders to squeeze amazing profit on dollar CAD. So now let me share with you guys how we analyze the market in dollar CAD. So dollar CAD, if you look at here, my this morning analysis, which is a pretty straightforward, as you can see here, we have a very strong bearishness on dollar, and we did this analysis at the market open. And as explained my trader, any pullback, this is a sign of any pullback, would consider this direction will be the opportunity to go down. So what happened here? Again, if you keep the basics, you will have a lot of opportunity. Every time when the price break any recent high and low, pay attention to detail. So here you can see here the price broken and give us the confirmation. Price broken this low and price come back and give us the confirmation. Now price broke on this low, price came back and give us the confirmation. Price broken here. So what we expecting here? Continuation. That's what we did. Any pullback would consider high probability trade. So every time when the price broke on this low, as you can see his sign. This is basics, and top of that momentum is bearish. As you have seen the weaknesses of the dollar, we had amazing trade guys on dollar CAD. As you can see here, as mentioned here, then we look at the price action, which is always mentioned. We have this impulsive reaction. As you can see here, the price develop correction. Whenever the price develop this small movement, slow movement, that give us the high probability of continuation to the downside. Number one. Number two, analyst is telling you this is going to go down. That's the first thing you need to look at. We're only going to take a long here if the price going to break this recent high, which price refuse. Number three, if you look ahead, the momentum is bearish, right? Number four, we also announced through live ID commentary, guys, breakout is pullback, short is performing. So we have this beautiful. And afterwards, we also have impulsive reaction. We haven't seen impulsive reaction and the price broken this low. We mark this line here. And as soon as the price developed another pullback, we had another beautiful short trade here and squeeze amazing profit. And after banking some profit, we did another analysis, which is you can see here the price develop a double bottom here. As explained my trader, if the price gonna stay within the structure, don't initiate anything. Let the price break this pattern and look for the opportunity. Based on the momentum we were expecting, based on the fundamental dollars getting weaker, we were expecting continuation weaknesses on the dollar against the CAD. So that's the one thing. Second, we have this analysis. Price nicely broken, and after this impulsive reaction, you can see a very slow movement, and then afterwards we have another pullback. That's a sign of continuation to the downside. So you can see, guys, this is what we do every single day, and it's much easier for the trader to analyze the, you know, to get the benefit from the live analysis. So that was a beautiful short trade we had it. All right, so we have a 15 minutes. So let's I'm going to do quickly on pound yen. That's another pound dollar. Pound yen is my favorite pair. Pound yen, if you look at the pound yen, how we analyze the market, let's look at the weekly chart. What's happening here? On the weekly chart, we can see here the price nicely broke on the previous high. Price also broke on this resistance. We had a nice, beautiful long trade here. And right now the price is developing because the week is not finished yet. So end of the week, we'll see what kind of price in a candlestick is going to develop. But if you look at the for a daily candlestick pattern, so what we expecting here, if you look at the way we look at here, this candlestick pattern give us the sign of rejection as we marked. If you don't see any candle close, we have this major resistance area, price nicely refuse. So then we look at to the 4-hour chart, and the 4-hour chart, we had a nice, beautiful short trade here this morning, which is a pretty straightforward. As you can see here, when we look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 time price try to break, which is refused. That give us the high probability there might be a possibility of counter opportunity, but we need a confirmation. How are we going to confirmation? So if you look at here, the price broken and give us the confirmation, and that's the sign of continuation to the downside. But again, this is not defined that the trend has been changed. This is being an intraday trader. We look at the opportunity. As I said to you, we are looking for long and short both. So this morning, we have this beautiful breakout short trade here. Even if you look at the candlestick, when we see the bearish engulfing candle, as explained my trader, just keep taking any pullbacks. And I also mentioned, and my recording is there, by the way, on my QFX platform. And this is the target I defined this morning. This is the target we were expecting, taking some profit. And afterwards, as you can see here, the price developed a bullish engulfing candle. We also had a counter long trade here. Now, how we analyze this trade, short and long, alongside with the 4-hour analysis on pound yen. Let me share with you guys. So Okay, so if you look ahead, this is the analysis we did at the Asian session, again, which is a pretty straightforward and self-explanatory. If you look ahead and you keep, we have this low is broken and we have this high previously broken. So while the price is here, as explained my trader, don't initiate because we don't know which direction is going to go. Let the price break. So what happened here? This morning, price nicely broken, as you can see here. And after this breakout price at this level, after this breakout, you can see here the price came back and give us another confirmation for short trade here. So that was a beautiful trade this morning at the European Open, as we suggest our traders to bank some profit. And after banking some profit, we did another analysis because now we have the 4-hour confirmation. Let me explain to you guys here. We have seen this candlestick pattern that give us the very strong bearishness. Then we said any pullback would consider high probability trade. And that's what we did. You can see here, any pullback, price nicely developed pullback, beautiful momentum was bearish, squeeze amazing profit. Once we see the price is not following the basic price action, means if you look at here, the price came back here, broken this area, this is a little high, and the price instead of continue develop impulsive reaction, then we mark this line as explained my trader, price develop low, high, and price develop this high. As long as the price stay, don't initiate any trade. Let the price break this pattern. As you can see here, the price nicely broken and beautiful breakout is performed and beautiful long trade here and squeeze amazing profit on pound yen. That was a beautiful long trade here. After banking some profit, we did another analysis here, which is a pretty straightforward. As you can see here, the price nicely broken, beautiful breakout. After this breakout, we have another beautiful pullback, which is a pretty straightforward, as I always mention. If the price gonna break any high, retest, hit to the profit target, and that's what we explain over traders time to bank some profit. Now you can see guys how we analyze the market in 4 hour. And again, we look at tomorrow, we have this Bank of Japan is speech is coming. We'll see here if the if any good statement for the yen, then now we have seen the way we look at here, the bigger picture, this is the way we look at here. So the price broke on this one and this area. So tomorrow, if the news is good, if something good statement for the for yen, and I'm expecting that's the sign of continuation to the downside. That's the one possibility. If we see the weaknesses on the yen, then I need some sort of like a confirmation, and that confirmation would be like that. So let's suppose if the price refuse to break, stay below this level and come back and give us the confirmation, then I'm looking for long here. Second possibility, if what I'm looking here, if price develop impulsive reaction and correction here, and let's see if BOG speech coming and something good statement, then I'm expecting continuation to the downside. So all this possibility what we are expecting based on this price behavior. But the thing is, when the news is going to release or the session is going to open, London Open, we'll see at that time what sort of, we have speech coming for the cable. We also had a speech coming for the yen. So it's going to be very tricky, but it's going to be very interesting too. So that's what we are looking forward tomorrow to look for this price action and price behavior. And then we look for the opportunity accordingly. I hope, I gave you some little bit information as to how we analyze the market. But if you look at all of my analysis every single day, look at the behavior and structure, which is I already explained. And if you make your notes and trust me, you can apply same techniques, which is I just mentioned to you as a price behavior and structure in any instruments, whether you're trading crypto, stock, or Forex. But this is what we do every single day, as you have seen the powerful MyQFX platform. If you give that information and if you practice, I'm pretty sure you can basically make amazing profit. Right. So just quickly, in terms of MyQFX platform and MT5, MT5 is a pretty straightforward. I'm still uh, going through the QMT6, another very powerful tool. I'm going to show you next week about the QMT6. MT5 is a pretty straightforward, but if you go to, let me see if I can. You can download from MetaCode. So, you know, just, okay, so let me say here. This is the MT5. Once you download it from, let me give you an example here. Let's say, so you can download from MT5 here, but if you are using a Windows, Mac, or Linux, or even you can to web terminal, but I haven't tried it web terminal yet, but I've downloaded MT5 here in the platform. And once you download it, and you can go and you can say open an account. And then of course you can, if you don't see the QBN Global Limited, just type here. If you type here QBN Global or LTD, so if you search it, so you will find this QBN Global is coming here. You press the next button, and then now you can open a demo account too, just to play around with the MT5, right? But you can also open a live account, or if you already have a credential, you can use this login details. So if you go to the open accounts, and you can, of course, you can put all this information accordingly. And of course, you need to put the phone number and everything, pray next, next, next. And then you can select the demo account size. I always recommend to the traders, don't use the, 100,000 or 50,000. You can use it, whatever you want to do it. But actually, let's suppose if I want to be trading a 5,000, $25,000 for an account, choose it that account which you are willing to invest, and then you can play around. So it's amazing platform. So you can see here that's $25,000 of an account, and here you can buy and sell. You can open a positions, right? So I hope that makes sense. So you can choose your lot size, which is again I'm going to give you another. I'm going to create another training for you guys to how to select the lot size based on the trading platform. Here you can see here all the major currency pair. Just keep in mind and be patient. We are also adding rest of the pairs. Any pairs which you don't find it your favorite pair, do let us know, and we will definitely will going to add that pair, right? So we are still heavily we are testing it before we broadcast to the mass market. We are nice testing it. As a QBN member, I would highly recommend uh, download this Q in my MT5 and play around with it. And next time I'll show you in next webinar, definitely I will show you the QMT6, right? So here's a pretty straightforward. You can buy, sell here, like so you can do buy, and this information comes, which is I'm gonna give you the training later on. Like you can see buy, sell, you can do whatever. Yeah, and you can manage your positions here. You can close your position, PNL, right? Which is again, I'm giving you in complete information how to use MyQFX tools, how to use these indicators, uh, and all that information is the part of the training, which is we're going to be conducted in upcoming webinars. But if you have any questions or anything you really want to know about the my MT5, QBN Global MT5, feel free, give us the questions, contact, give us the list to the Shazia, and definitely I'll take care of it, and then I can give you that information in upcoming webinars. So now we have 5-10 minutes. I'm happy to take questions, guys, from you. All right. Any question, guys? Right. So we have a nice, beautiful website of QBN Global now, guys. Amazing. Okay, I'm the host now. Okay. All right.
Sorry, sorry, it was because I lost my internet. So when you lose your internet, it automatically goes on to the other person. I guess that's just the drawback um
Okay.
of that situation. It's quite common at the moment in England where lots of mergers are happening with different providers, and yeah, I lost my internet at that time.
Okay.
So this is a QBN Global, I guess, website where people can go
Yeah.
and register, right?
Yeah, that's right. So from here, you can basically QMT Pro. I'm going to give you that information next in next webinar in more details. We just launched this website, so this last week. So we're gonna going through. But right now, I'm giving you information about the MetaTrader 5. You can use it, but I will give you this information about the QMT6, hopefully in the next webinar. Right.
Would be great.
All right. So any other question related to the market, related to the trading, guys, feel free to ask. This is the opportunity for you.
I think everybody's excited for next week now. Yeah.
All right, guys. I hope you had enjoyed this June. We has a very amazing month. We had it. The way we look at here, because as a being a trader, what we look at the monthly. Let's say you can see here this weekly candle. We can see a big moves, and that's big moves is very very good for us as a being a trader. So I'm expecting some big moves in July, and we had an amazing month on June. So we'll see. So hopefully I'll see you next week.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, as I said to you, if you have any questions or anything you want me to give you that kind of information regarding the trading, um, it's not about you just have to question here. You can also send some question to Shazia, and then the whole purpose and objective and goals is to help the community as much as we can. Yeah.
Thank you, Ashraf. And just a quick question. I think Friday is 4th of July. Will the US market be trading on Friday?
No, because the thing is, we in 4th of July is bank holiday basically,
Yeah,
and
that's what I
yeah,
just thought I was thinking.
yeah, it's gonna be bank holiday on. Yeah, so US market isn't going to be because I just filter it because for
Yeah.
this one. But if you look at here,
Because the UK is open, but the US will be closed on that day.
yeah,
Mm.
so the US is the bank holiday on
They're
Friday, and that's
independent.
why,
Mm.
yeah, normally these news, if you look at these non-farm payroll, we come every beginning of the month on Friday. So you can see here that we have a holiday here, so that's why they have shift this news on Thursday.
Mhm.
Yeah. So in whenever there's a two major sessions in London and New York. So we might going to see slightly movement in London morning, but probably after that we might gonna see some slow market. So I highly recommend all of my traders not to initiate any trade when there's a bank holiday because we don't know it. So don't think so we're gonna have trades on bank holiday on Friday.
Well, thank you, Ashraf, for your time. It's bang on 7 o'clock. Thank you, everybody. And I know most of you are here from QBN. Just letting you know, CRI will be
Okay.
coming tomorrow.
Okay, Dr. KP has raised a
Has a
hand,
hand
so
up. Yeah.
yeah.
Hello. Hi, Ashraf.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello.
Chosen. Well, don't worry. It's also warm in our area, so we're all here together getting this warm temperature. But I'm kind of curious, really very, very curious, because like as I monitor our traders every single day on our back office, because everybody should understand that we all can monitor what they're doing. They give us receipts, they document everything as we go every day from Monday to Friday. Now, one of my biggest curiosity is, Ashraf, what have, well, with all the things that's happening around the globe, it's crazy. The war, the tariff, everything. And in spite of all those uh, chaos around the world, QBN has evolved. The QBN trading in the Forex market has evolved with a winning rate. We've been winning and winning and winning in spite of, because when I talk to all of our members, they go crazy like, hey, Doc, what's going to happen? Oh, this is happening. Everything is going down. And my curiosity comes in wherein everything is going down, but we are all winning, and we are almost like different from what's going on in the market. So my curiosity is, what strategy have you been doing, Ashraf, that make us win? Because we're really winning,
And
unbelievably
we can't
winning.
see, Ashraf, can we? Your camera's off. I think you may not realize.
Okay, I'm sorry. Oh yeah.
I'm just
Okay,
so
sorry.
happy about the results we have. We even have one of the biggest win when
Okay.
the missiles went to somewhere.
Okay.
So
So
that's what
yeah.
that's what that is so amazing.
Okay. Let me first of all, when let's pause. The way it works, I'll give you as a layman example, then you will completely understand what I'm talking. So, for example, let's say I want to invest some traders, right? So, what I'm gonna see it, I'm gonna see it. The first thing I'm gonna see what trading style this trader is been, is following it. Means there's a different ways of trading. For example, here what like some people, they open up positions and their job, they basically keep holding these positions. Like for example, give you an example here. Let's say, then I want to give you a better example so then you will understand what I'm talking here. So for example, let's suppose if somebody trading in a 4-hour charts, and they mainly as a swing traders. So they're looking here, let's say, okay, they are looking a position, and they're gonna keep, like for example here, let's suppose if I'm gonna be trader and I'm looking here, let's suppose, uh, as a trader, I'm a swing trader. So the price has broken and I'm expecting that the price should go up, and I take a long trade here. The price came down. And then I'm keep holding it, keep holding it, keep holding it, and I put my stop loss. So that's the swing trading. So they basically keep holding overnights, sometime weeks, right? And sometime many days. So what I have done it in our platform is we decided that we're not going to be holding position overnight. Number one, that's what we have decided. And we are intraday traders. And if and we have allocate every trader a specific stop loss. So if they lose certain pips in a day, their account will be automatically stopped. So when there's a uncertainty comes in the market, or any situation comes, there's a two things develop. Number one, opportunity, and there's a uncertainty create, which basically create challenges for the traders to trade that market. Then it depends what kind of trading style is yours. Our trading style is intraday. It doesn't matter whether the market is going up and down, because we don't hold positions too long. We just like 10, 20, 50 plus pips, and we just get out. So
Mm,
normally we assign traders, if you make 20, 30 pips, you should just take your profit and get out. And that's what we always recommend. My trader is not about how many pips you make it. It's all about how consistent you are. Even if you make a 20 pips, 30 pips, even if somebody is making a 20 pips a day, but we can see it has inconsistency, that trader is more I'm gonna like to invest, instead of that trader who's making 100 and losing 200 and making 100 and losing 200. So with the way we have built in the intraday system, we have built that our trader should not be holding position overnight, and should be closing trades when they have a certain small profit is done. Our job is traders to basically be consistent. And the reason, based on my experience, this is what we implemented in MyQFX. The reason behind it is, when we finish the trade, we don't want to be looking into that, thinking what's going to happen in the market. Normally what happened, this is unfortunately, the trader who trading it, they basically every time they look at the mobile phone where the market is going, and they're basically making losses and profit and losses and profit. So we decided, no, we have to basically minimize this kind of behavior, how we're going to do it. So we have put this kind of discipline in a way, and then give access to specific trader to the QBN management, so they can see whose trader is winning. So basically they can follow those winning traders. So if you have 100 traders, or if you have a 50 traders, whoever is basically producing consistency result, we're just gonna follow those traders. So behind the scene is basically the QBN management. They decide, and we have built the system in a way to help traders to basically maximize the potential. So the way I ask my traders, anybody who join, our team, or in a coaching and training program, I ask very simple question. It's not a rocket science. I said to guys, we did this analysis. You hear it? Yes. You see it? Yes. We tell you this is the time to take some profit. Did you hear me? Yes. So where is the profit? You know? So basically we push them to take the maximum benefit. So in our system is we are intraday trader. We don't hold position. We don't take long position. And that's basically based on our experience. We found that there's always opportunity, even there's a uncertainty in the market. It depends on you how you're going to take some benefit. Like for example, in the gold, when the price was going up and up and up, and the people were saying, "Oh, is we can hold the gold. Gold is gonna go up." For my trader, I told them, guys, you close end of the day, doesn't matter where it's gonna go, just get out. If you look at my gold analysis day before yesterday, I said to my trader, we are expecting a long trade here at this level. I mark it, I explain it. So if you are my trader and you trading this gold, I'm gonna ask you, did you hear me this thing? We did analysis. Did you look at those analysis? Yes. So where is the pips? So basically, most of the traders who taken a long trade here, they're holding this position, and of course, they're gonna be into the disaster. But being an intraday trader, you know, if the trader lose certain pips, we just close that day. We just don't let them to hold that position for long term. So being an intraday, it doesn't matter whether the market, whatever happen in the situation, it's all about how you trade. So being an intraday trader with the discipline and with the right information, and it's more happen that you can take a maximum benefit. Doesn't matter what kind of market is tricky, unless if there's a huge market interruption which you cannot basically figure out what's happening. But being an intraday, even now, if you look at here, we did not have this big movement. Within this big movement, how we analyze and help our traders to squeeze. Like, give you an example here, Euro USD. Even if you look at here, we have this kind of small correction. But within this correction, how we analyze the market, right? So we are trading very small time frame as a being an intraday, and as long as there is no as such uncertainty here in the shorter time frame, we are okay. So that's why we have built the system in a way to make sure that we can succeed in any market condition. But of course, this is the business, can sometime the market is we expecting the market go in direction, the market doesn't go in that direction, that different story. But we have basically tried to minimize the losses and maximize the profit. So being an intraday, it doesn't matter for us what sort of market condition is, as long as we are disciplined.
Thank you, Ashraf. Does
You're
that
welcome.
answer the question, Dr. K? Yes.
Yeah. So if somebody says, how our traders is making a pips every day, join a MyQFX, watch it yourself. And if you follow it, you can make your pips too.
Sure.
Wonderful.
Thank you for that comprehensive explanation. So now we're going to look forward to next week, where we get a bit more insights into the QMT6 and QBN Global Limited, as well as the regular market analysis. So thank you, Ashraf, for your time today. Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
everybody, for joining. And Ashraf Noor, you're going to have to close the call because I have.
All right then. All right, guys. Thank you so much for having. having me, and look forward to the next week. As I said to you guys, if you have anything, question related to the trading or anything, make it your note. This is the golden opportunity for you guys to learn and practice and make some money. Let's make money together. All right, guys. All the
Thank
best.
thank you.